You're watching Oilers Nation every day with Tyler Yaremchuk. Your one-stop shop for all things Oilers.
A chance to get over 500 for the Oilers? It still is the season of giving. Let's get into it with the lead. It still is Christmas because we still have all the Christmas decorations up.
Yeah, well, it's still the Christmas season. We've got another, 10 days of this until Jan 2nd.
Or if you're Ukrainian, it goes till Jan 6th.
Well, there you go.
So maybe we keep it up and honor Ukrainian Christmas.
There's a large Ukrainian influence in Alberta,
100%.
so we may as well pay homage.
100%. Welcome into the show. We are back. Hope you all had a fantastic Christmas time. However you celebrate the holidays, I hope it was good. Hope it was relaxing. We are back at work in the Sports Closet studio, though, because it is a Sherwood Ford Giant game day. And Jay and I both had to go back while we were sitting here and rewatch the highlights from the Oilers' last game against the New York Rangers because it feels like an eternity ago, even though it was only 4 days ago? No. 5 days ago?
Today's the 28th, and that was on the 22nd.
Oh, wow. 6 days ago.
Yeah, so it is forever ago.
That's
and we had
time.
Christmas in between,
Yeah.
which means probably a few Christmas cocktails,
Mhm.
some sleep-ins. We're a little bit lethargic as we're kind of coming back out of our fog here. So, yeah, I was trying to remember the game before we watched the highlights, and I'm like, okay, I think we are getting goalied a bit, and we had a good third period. And, that's all. Then we had to connect the dots.
Yeah, I was thinking when I was just looking at the box score, I was like, okay, Hyman scored, makes sense. And I was like, Kane scored. I was like, I think that was on a 2-on-1 or something. Then we went and watched it. It was not even close to being on a 2-on-1. But the Oilers, I said before that 2-game stretch against the Devils and the Rangers, I said it's going to take a minor miracle for them to come out of that road trip with a winning record. And sure as shit, that's exactly what they did. A 6-3 win over the Devils, followed up with a 4-3 win over the Rangers that didn't really feel like a 4-3 victory. To me, that was really similar to the Winnipeg Jets game from late in November, where they were down 1-0 going into the third period, but you weren't all that concerned. You felt like eventually they were going to beat Jonathan Quick, and sure as shit, they did.
Yeah, it was frustrating though, right?
Yeah,
because it's also the Rangers and it's also Jonathan Quick's on a heater. Granted, the Jets and Hellebuck, but it's just oh man, Quick's just gonna go. He was standing on his head, but I wasn't letting go of hope because they were still creating lots of chances.
Yeah, they hit a couple of goal posts.
Yeah.
Quick bailed them out a few times.
Yeah.
It was, again, a really tight hockey game against a really, really good hockey team. So I know the final score ended up being 4-3. You'd go, oh man, close one. But it felt like the Oilers were largely in control of that hockey game. I
feel sorry for the puck line bettors.
We
got robbed.
Puck line bettors got robbed. Over bettors got rewarded.
Yeah.
I also had over 61.5 shots on goal as one of my bets. That goal at the end was the 62nd shot of the game. So granted, Skinner still could have stopped it and it would have been fine. But when we were watching, because if that would have gone through Skinner, but the clock would have ended while the puck was behind him and not in, then it wouldn't have counted as a shot on goal. So I was watching that replay very, very closely. So were people who had the over. Anyways, we are once again live on Oilers Nation every day. That means the Finning Cat YouTube chat is fired up. Jay Diz was in with the first comment. He says, let's get above 500 tonight. Let's go Oilers. Sad Machine says, Happy New Year, y'all. Can you start saying Happy New Year yet? I thought that was the thing you say after, in the new year.
Well, do you say Merry Christmas after Merry Christmas?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I think
right.
now you wish people a Happy New Year as we're about to go into it.
Yeah.
I know there's that weird period when you're sending emails to people in early Jan. You open it up with Happy New Year. And I'm like, when do I stop saying this?
That was a Seinfeld bit too. Whereas George or whatever got Happy New Year'd in May. And he was like, that's too long.
That's way too long.
Yeah.
Even second half of January is too long.
Yeah.
But if you're dying for an open, because you're trying to do it's a cold email or you're trying to, just trying to, do an intro to someone, it fills the void. Some to say it's positive.
Christopher Palmer. Well, this is a pleasant surprise. Welcome all. Yeah, welcome back into the chat. Oil Stained for Life. That is a unique username. West Coast Swing. Looks like nobody's getting a good night's sleep this evening. Yeah, 8:30 start tonight between the Oilers and Sharks. But if there's ever a time in the calendar where you're somewhat okay with it, it's this one, right?
Yeah, no, it's, well, let's be honest. You and I are the only people in the office now.
And you came in yesterday.
And I was the only person in the office. No one's working. So, it's stay up late and don't worry about work tomorrow, I guess.
And they do play again the Saturday-Sunday doubleheader, 8 o'clock in LA. But then New Year's Eve, it's a 6 o'clock start out in Anaheim. So the start times aren't too bad because, again, it's this weird time of the year where days, times, nothing really matters. Jimmy is in. Oilers have always figured out Quick. It was nice to see Jonathan Quick turn back into a pumpkin in that third period. It was also nice to see the Oilers pull off that comeback. And again, similar to the comeback in Jersey, it wasn't just like they got 3 power plays and it's like, oh, thank God the power play could bail them out. Like Hyman scores that goal. Great pass from Connor. Great pass from Matthias Ekholm on that one. And then Kane scores. He's playing on the third line. Derek Ryan gets the assist on that goal. And then McLeod and Foegele each score as well. Like they got goals from everywhere in the lineup. That was like a team effort comeback for the second straight night. It wasn't just 97-29 taking over in the third period.
No, it wasn't. It was, Foegele had a period. McLeod had a bit of a period too. His parents are in the stands. So his parents have gotten a good show. And it was actually good to see, as you mentioned, a good positive reaction from them, or a reaction from them for their son doing something great on the ice. But it was just getting it from anywhere. But I guess once again, just sticking to our guns and just letting the game kind of happen because we know we're doing the right things. So it was good to see us solve Quick. I was obviously a little bit nervous that he was just going to continue with the brick wall for the third period, but we just were relentless and capitalized on mistakes, which what good teams do, and it was good to kind of see kind of depth within the roster continue participate on that road trip.
There's an interesting debate going on in the Finning Cat YouTube chat. We'll touch on that in a little bit, but first, I don't want to move off that win over the Rangers yet. We'll get to our moment of the game for Alberta Blue Cross and their fantastic travel insurance. Wherever your travel takes you, Alberta Blue Cross has you covered. Visit ab.bluecross.ca/travel for more information. Maybe you want to come on the nation vacation. That's brought to you by Alberta Blue Cross. Spots are filling up because we are like 6 weeks away from heading out to that thing.
Yeah, there's not many spots left. So if you're interested in coming, I would advise booking here soon because they're filling up fast because a few things. A lot of excitement.
Yep.
Also, a lot of excitement just even going to watch hockey in the Mullet.
That is going to be a lot of fun. Maybe one of those things that you're only going to get a couple of opportunities to
This
do.
might be the last while. Who knows?
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Nation vacation to Arizona, February 18th to 20th. Your flights, your hotel, your hockey, it is all included when you book through Nation Gear.
Maybe take a class at ASU while you're there really quick.
Yeah, quick weekend course.
Yep.
Why not? My moment of the game, it's going to be that last goal that Stuart Skinner gave up because damn it, if it wasn't for that, he would have had such a good stat line. Now, granted, still finished with a .912 save percentage in that game, which is excellent, but it would have been really nice for that to be
Skinner
like
played good.
He played so good.
He played good.
So again, I think a lot of people are going to look and be like, oh, gave up 3 goals for a second straight start. Like, you ignore the stat line to an extent there.
Yeah.
He is a big reason why that game was only 1-0 heading into the third. Wanted to give him some love outside of the stat line because that comeback only
9-12 is fine. If we had 9-12 goaltending this whole season, it'd be amazing to see what our record would be.
Yeah, no kidding. Stuart Skinner's only been above a 900 in 2 of his last 5 starts, but he's picked up 3 victories in that span as well.
I know, but it's
still not good.
Well, you know what? Room for improvement. If we can stay above 9 for the rest of the season on average, we're going to have a nice, strong finish here.
We are getting pretty close. I shouldn't even say that. We're slowly inching towards the halfway point of the season. We're 31 games in. Tonight is game 32. Stuart Skinner is at an .886 save percentage on the year. Do you think he can get it above 900 on the season?
Man,
it's a tall order.
With already 31 games, I want to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going to predict, he'll finish at a 903.
So the tough part is he's 23 games into the season from his perspective. Let's say in his next 23, he plays at a 910 save percentage, which would be very good if he can play 23 consecutive games at a 910.
That only gets him to 900.
No, it doesn't. It gets him to about 8.
How did you do the math on that?
Well, through 23 games, he's got an 886. So if he does a 910 for his next 23, meet in the middle.
Oh, yeah. But he'll play more than 23 games, though.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like, he needs to play 30 games at 910 to probably have a chance to crack.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So it's going to be really, really tough. I'm just saying, like, even by February or March, by the time he's played his next 23 games, if he's a 910 for that whole span, one, you're thrilled with what you're getting from him, but even that's not enough. So I think it's honestly probably 50-50 just because he could play good hockey from now to the end of the year and still not get back to that mark. But maybe he goes on a crazy run where he like rattles off a couple of shutouts in a row or something, you know?
I was kind of spacing out and you're doing the math, and I'll tell you why. I was trying to recount the dream I had last night. I had a dream. Boy, did I have a dream. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
I had a dream the Oilers won the Stanley Cup.
Oh.
And here's the issue. You know, you have those dreams like where you make the NHL or you make a game, you can't find your stick. Kind of similar situation. Oilers win the cup. I see on the TV Connor hoisting the cup.
Okay.
But somehow I missed the game. I didn't see the game. And I'm trying to find the ability to watch the game, and I can't.
Oh, no.
And I can't find it. So I can't see the game in which we won the Stanley Cup and have Connor hoisting the cup at the end. But I saw, and which the most important part is I saw Connor hoisting the cup in an Oilers jersey. Just saying.
That was the dream.
That was the dream. And when I woke up this morning, I'm like, Jay, you have to remember all this, and you got to share this on the show. And then I'm sitting on the couch. I'm like, didn't you have a dream last night? And you're doing all this math. That's why I was paying attention. I'm like, what was it again? There's two details. Oilers won the cup. Check. Then what was the other thing? What was the thing I couldn't do that was driving me nuts? I couldn't find a way to see the game.
I thought maybe you were going to say the Oilers won a Stanley Cup and Stuart Skinner wasn't in net. And it was Olivier Rodrigue going on a Jordan Binnington-esque rookie run.
Should we not do a little swapsy with Picard and him right now?
So that's what the debate was.
Geez.
That's what the debate was in the Finning Cat YouTube
just to see what you got.
Right
Yeah, well, why not? Just to see what you got.
So right now, Olivier Rodrigue
playing tonight, to be honest.
Yeah. Olivier Rodrigue has a .938 save percentage. That is the best number in the American Hockey League. He's played 10 games, so it's not exactly an insignificant sample size by any stretch of the imagination, but he is absolutely red hot right now. And I thought our guy, Pat Puff, had a great tweet the other day where he went and looked at the goalies who were drafted after Olivier Rodrigue in his draft class. Lucas Dostal playing with Anaheim, Joel Hofer playing and getting starts with the St. Louis Blues, Ivan Prosvetov, he's been playing games in the NHL, Akira Schmid, he plays games in the NHL, Sam Urson, he's been playing games in the NHL. It's not like you do.
I don't recognize very many of those names, but
they're all playing in the NHL.
But it's goaltending is an issue. We have someone who's lighting up in the AHL. I know it's like, you know, the whole over ripened theory, but he's been, how old is he now? 21, 22, 23?
He was born in 2000, so he's 23, about to turn 24.
Yeah, so, you know, obviously you want to find like a nothing-ish burger type game a la San Jose Sharks to see what you got against NHL shooters.
Anaheim could be that game.
That's actually pretty good. Well, Bako.
Just on your drive down, just pick them up.
Just pick them on up.
I'm starting to get more and more intrigued. At first, I was like, listen, Pickard.
So you gotta see it. It's worth it. Does Pickard need to clear waivers?
Yes, but he clears.
You think so?
No one's itching to pick up Calvin. Michael Hutchinson's on waivers today. Granted, I know he's largely junk and hasn't really played in the NHL this season, but I think you squeeze Pickard through waivers, unless someone's trying to screw you over. And who's trying to do that, right? Because if another team picks him up, they're just picking him up to keep him as a third goalie?
Or who has a really bad backup?
Is their backup worse than, again, no shade to Calvin Pickard. He's been playing good, which is another thing.
That's the whole thing.
Right?
He's been playing good, so there could be someone willing to take a flyer.
About that. I still think it's time. AB, maybe we could do like a little YouTube poll here. I don't have the YouTube open in front of me. I just have the chat, but maybe we could do a poll. Would you call up Rodrigue and give him a start on this homestand? You know, maybe you want to just wait a little bit, give him 4 more games in the American League. And then if he's still doing this after game 14 or 15, then it's like, okay, he earns a call up. But the other thing too, like you want to give him a nothing burger start. they have a handful of those available to them in the next little bit. Like they get Chicago early on in January.
You
They
still got to be worried about Bedard. Bedard single-handedly beat Winnipeg last night.
Did you see that goal in OT?
Yes.
That was just disgusting. Good point. You could probably give him a Seattle game on home ice. Columbus is in the mixer as well. Montreal doesn't score a ton. I don't know. There's a few spots in January that I feel like you could slide him in there. Maybe this is the one, Feb 9 against Anaheim, the first of back-to-backs.
That's a long ways away, though.
Yeah, but
it's hot now.
But by that point, he's up to 20 starts in the American League. And if he's got 20 starts under his belt in the American League, you call him up, run him all of February, and hey, if he's hot, you know what you're doing heading into the deadline. If he falters, then you go, okay, we really need to go get a third guy. Christopher Palmer says, give him Jan 23 against Columbus. Pradnesky says, give him the Kings, see what we really got. He then said, LOL JK.
Well, let's discuss that theory, because maybe that forces the team in front of them to like find that extra gear, knowing that they've got a rookie they need to try to insulate, and we know LA is going to be a tough competitor. There's some psychology there.
Sam Squatch says, only call up A-Rod. I like that we're doing that. It would be O-Rod, by the way. Oh, he did say that. My screen's just too far away. Only call up O-Rod if Pickard falters. And there's probably a little bit to that as well. Like, again,
once again, see what you got.
I know.
If he's sustaining this level of goaltending and we're just doing it for the sake of doing it, like if he can help the team now, like we need help.
Yeah. But Pickard's also won 2 of his 4 starts. He's got a 299 goals against average. That's good. 898 save percentage. That's good enough.
Team leading.
Yeah. And oh God, that's depressing. That really sucks. Team leading 898 save percentage. I like the way they handled the goalies in the back-to-back as well. I like that they went Pickard first, because I said this, you wanted to get all 4 points. You're not just trying to get the split there. So play your backup game 1 when your team should be a little bit fresher, bit of a weaker opponent. And then for game 2, play the guy who's most likely going to steal you a game, because that's the game where you're more than likely going to need your goalie to steal you one. And that's exactly what played out.
It almost went to plan, because like Skinner quasi stole that game.
100%. So I like the way they handled the goaltending there in that one. We'll see how many more starts Pickard gets. I mean, I don't think the noise is going to slow down at all with Olivier Rodrigue. Like we said, 23 turns 24 in June or July or something like that. And those numbers are just too damn good. Like,
well, like at some point, like he forces the decision. Like if, like I said, like you said, if he's like this at that rate after 20 games, like they don't have a choice.
Puck's the same size in each level.
They do, and the nets, I believe,
and the nets.
It's just the shooters is accurate. I don't know, probably to a degree.
Some people say it's easier to play in the NHL if you like structure, because there's not as many wild breaks. Although with the Oilers, that maybe doesn't necessarily apply.
We're loosey-goosey.
Okay, one other thing I wanted to get off my chest before we move into a little preview of the San Jose Sharks game. There was a goal in that New York Rangers game where Mika Zibanejad tipped it in front to Blake Wheeler. And the broadcast at first kind of made it seem like it was a lucky bounce. And then I had Oilers fans coming at me being like, it was a lucky bounce. That wasn't on purpose. That was 1,000% intentional by Mika Zibanejad.
Yes.
That was nasty.
Yes.
And I don't understand why Oilers fans didn't want to give him credit. This is like a small potatoes thing, but I just really needed to get that off my chest.
Well, Blake Wheeler's face should tell you all you need to hear, right?
Yeah.
Like he was like blown away. Wow.
Yeah, basically just had his mouth open. Like, that was sweet. If Connor McDavid did that, we would all be losing our minds.
Yeah.
So we got to give Mika Zibanejad credit. That was nasty.
DJ Z-Bad,
yeah. Go play his songs a couple times on like SoundCloud or whatever.
Sure.
As a thank you for that great play.
It's called Tip Pass to Wheeler, his latest album.
All right, there you go. Oilers get a 4-3 win over the New York Rangers. They're back at 500, 15-15-1. That is like dead on 500.
So we did an East Coast swing. Now we're doing a Pacific Coast swing. If they don't come out of this 3-game set above 500, whoa.
Yeah, we got a big problem if that's the case.
Whoa.
AB, do you want to flash up the standings graphic a little bit here just to kind of see where the Oilers stand as we creep closer to 2024?
I don't like Minnesota. They got the good dead cat bounce. The cat might not be as dead as I thought.
They've won 4 in a row. St. Louis has won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Seattle's all of a sudden won 3 in a row. They're getting set for
we got games in hand, but still, like, you got to win those games.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's run the hypothetical. If you win all your games in hand, that's 8 points you'll pick up on Calgary, 10 points you'll pick up on Seattle.
But irrelevant teams. Like, if you win the games in hand we have on Mini, we're still 1 point behind.
Yep. Same thing with St. Louis, you'd be tied.
St. Louis would be tied.
Man, it's so big that they found a way to win that game against the Rangers. Like, even
huge.
Every 2 points is so massive for this team, and it will continue to be massive for this team
Until
for the rest of the
not,
season.
Which might not be ever.
Yeah, but if you were looking at this and they're at 29 points instead of 31, like, that just feels like just visually a massive, massive difference. Where now,
I just don't like they got. I don't like how low they are in the standing. I know, like, there's games in hand and all this stuff, but, like, oh my god, does it look? It just looks bad.
If you go by points percentage, though, like, they're ahead of Calgary, they're ahead of Seattle.
Oh.
They're not that far back of teams like Nashville and St. Louis. So I don't know. They're still right in the thick of it, but just a good reminder here to show this. And, like, while we're feeling good, they won 2 of 3 on the road trip. They can't take their foot off the gas. Like, you can't lose twice in one season to the San Jose Sharks. Jeff.
No. No. And that's, well,
no.
Well, I guess we'll talk about the game here at some point, but I hope those boys don't forget what happened there. What was that, early November or late? Yeah, early November.
Kind of. I think you could probably make the argument that was rock bottom.
I hope, like just for themselves, they have to make a statement.
Like, that was the game that got Woodcroft fired.
Yes.
Mackenzie Blackwood did play good, so you can't lose 3-2 to the freaking San Jose Sharks. That was a game that got Woodcroft fired. The Oilers should have that in the back of their minds that, you know, they need to not just beat San Jose, they need to lay the boots to the Sharks tonight. Yeah. Since those two teams met back on November 9th, the Oilers have a 13-6 record, 11th in the NHL. They have been outscoring their opponents on average 4 to 2.95, averaging 4 goals a game over a 19-game stretch.
What's the Sharks record since then?
7-13-2, 30th in the NHL. So they're
better for them, though.
At that point, it was like, okay, this Sharks team might be like historically terrible. They might not win 15 games this year.
Yeah.
They've at least climbed up a little bit from that. The only 2 teams worse than them in that stretch are the Chicago Blackhawks and the Anaheim Ducks. So 7-13-2 is their record. I'll give you a few more things here. It's our game notes, which are brought to you by Charm Diamond Centers. Charm Diamond Centers, proudly Canadian-owned and operated since 1972 with more than 85 locations across the country through Charm and their sister brands. It is home of the Pro Pose. If you want more information, you can go to charmdiamondcenters.com. The holidays have passed. Maybe you still want to get something for that special someone in your life. Check them out, charmdiamondcenters.com. Like I said, the Oilers 13th in the NHL since their last meeting against the San Jose Sharks, outscoring their opponents 4 to 2.95. One of the biggest differences for the Oilers in that time, it's special teams. Since November 9th, the Oilers have the 3rd best power play in the NHL and the 7th best penalty kill. There are a lot of games from early in the season that you could go back to and say, damn, if the power play was just a little bit better in that game, they find a way to win. I think this one against San Jose is one of those examples. They lost by 1 goal, maybe the best example. They lost by 1 goal. They went 0 for 4 with the man advantage. Not good. So hopefully the Oilers special teams can power them a little bit here tonight. San Jose's special teams since that game, 12th on the power play, 27th on the PK. Again, if the Oilers are going to get power play opportunities tonight, they should hammer the Sharks.
They better hammer the Sharks.
Couple of more game notes to get to. Sam Gagner not on the road trip for the Edmonton Oilers. I think this is still a result of that high stick he took in the game against New Jersey when he went down and didn't return. So,
like, maybe like concussion?
I don't know.
Because, like, you're not going to,
And it's been so long, which is why it's weird he didn't even come on the trip.
Yeah. And long break.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Sam.
Dylan Holloway is on the trip,
but not going to play.
Oilers, but he's not going to play. Chris Knobloch said he's going to skate with the team. They're going to get him up to speed. I think this is maybe one of those situations where, like, if it was a playoff game tonight, he would go.
Yeah.
But they might just be sitting there saying, you know what? Long layoff. Everybody else is rested. Yep. Adam Ernie's playing good hockey. Weird. Question mark. Adam Ernie's playing good hockey. So like you probably, if you're Chris Knobloch, you probably don't want to mess with this lineup all that much right now. You can play Ernie.
The New York Rangers.
You beat the New York Rangers. You can keep playing Connor Brown on the fourth line, like whatever. And then just make sure Dylan Holloway isn't even 99%. Make sure he's 100% before you put him back in the lineup. So
nice to know he's coming back soon.
Yeah, nice to know he's getting close, which is good. It also does spark a debate of where do you play him when he comes back? And again, holding him out longer. Like right now, I like the way the Oilers lineup is sitting. That top line continues to be the best line in hockey. The second line kind of got them 2 goals. Foegele, McLeod, Draisaitl. It's working for now.
For now, yeah. It was weird. Like our second line situation is a bit of a mess right now.
But if it's working for now and you think it's good enough to get you through the road trip, and then when
you work with it, I'm just saying, like, like on paper.
When it cools down, it's easier to justify Holloway in and right on the second line and rejig things totally. Right now, if you're putting in Holloway, you're like shoehorning him into the fourth line. And I just don't know if I necessarily love that. Although Holloway, Hamblin, Brown actually sounds okay to me.
If you play them. Like, that's the thing with Holloway. Like, play them 10 minutes a night. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it'd be like easier said than done because once again, there's a little bit of mess to work through here. But like to be able to roll 4 lines is a very powerful tool if you've got 4 good lines.
Ernie, Hamblin, and Connor Brown had a tough game against the Rangers. I'm just looking at this right now. They played 5:51 together at 5-on-5. That's not an insignificant amount of time, Jay. 5 minutes and 51 seconds as a line. They didn't generate a shot attempt. They had 0 shot attempts. They didn't have one puck thrown towards the direction of the net. Didn't have one that got blocked. Didn't have one that hit the post. Didn't have one that missed the net. Didn't have one that the analytics on Natural Stat Trick just go, you know what? We'll give it to you. Kind of a shot. 0. The shot attempts when they were on the ice for the Rangers were 12. So maybe I should rescind what I said about that being okay.
Walk it back. Yeah.
Maybe walk that back a little bit. Not great, but that second line was very good. Not only did they outscore the Rangers 2-0, the shot attempts were 14-10. The shots on goal were 9-5. So that worked. The third line of Kane, Ryan, and Yaremchuk seemed okay as well. They outshot the Rangers 5-0 in 6 minutes and 40 seconds together at 5-on-5. So maybe we see that fourth line get peeled back just a little bit tonight. Maybe they don't play the full 5:51 at 5-on-5. Maybe they get a few less shifts there. But still, the Oilers won. That's all you can ask. So that's kind of your lineup report and your game notes for Charm Diamond Center. The blue line is going to stay the same. Stuart Skinner expected to get the start tonight. I would imagine you're going Stu tonight and against the Kings. And then on the Sunday, Pickard gets the New Year's Eve start. That makes sense. You're not putting Pickard in.
Stu Rodriguez.
Stu Rodriguez. That's so good. I'm kind of itching for it. The more we talk about it and the more I just sit there and look at a guy who has a .938 save percentage in the American League, like, why not? Weird stuff happens.
They normally play weekends, right? 3 and 3.
I think they kind of did away with 3 and 3s in the American League.
Oh, wow.
I don't follow the schedule too much, but like their next game, they play 2 more times before the new year. They play tomorrow and Saturday, both against the San Jose Barracuda.
In San Jose?
One's in San Jose, one's in Baco. So they're staying out in Cali. So
when again, in San Jose tonight,
tomorrow and Saturday. So
just
start them tonight
with us.
Or start them Friday.
Oh, Rod.
Give them Saturday off. Start them Sunday for the Oilers. That should be the plan. That should maybe be the plan. Let's start throwing that out there. Condors, then they actually have a pretty busy schedule to start the month of January. They play Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, so 3 times in the first 6 days. Between the start of January and January 16th, they play 6 games in that span. So nothing too crazy, but some chances to maybe keep giving Rodriguez starts there. Call him up for that Columbus game. Those are the 2. I agree with Christopher Palmer. Those are the 2 I benchmark. If you want to get them and see if this momentum is legit, then you go against Anaheim. If you go, let's keep them comfortable, give them a few more starts. You can give them 4 or 5 more starts between now and the Columbus game.
We're doing it so we can give Jack more starts. We have to take the goalie that's playing in front of him away from him in Baco so he can play some more.
Boy, it's got to be tough for Jack to just sit there and be like, God, this kid, like, you're not at the point. Condors want to win games too. They need to keep starting Olivier Rodrigue. It's a back-to-back. So, I mean, one of them will go to Jack Campbell, but like Jack Campbell has now lost the starting job on 2 teams in 1 year. That's not great.
Go to the coast, start strip it back to studs and build your way back up.
I think we're past.
You know, the one thing we haven't talked about that happened, and this just came out of my Christmas fog, was it on the Saturday or the Friday? There was 2 Michigan goals scored on the same night.
Oh yeah, Bedard scored one, and then
Zegras.
Oh yeah, Zegras. And the reporter before the game
asked for it.
It was like, we have a Michigan goal for Christmas. Bedard's was sweet because he's a righty going in and scooping it up. Like, that's pretty
like
nasty.
The non-traditional side.
Yeah,
that
was pretty sweet. We've never seen Connor McDavid even try it. It doesn't even. I don't think there's ever been a moment where. No, I don't even think there's been a moment where Connor McDavid's been behind the net.
I, for some reason, remember him trying to flip it on his stick. Because now they don't do like the deep like pull up. They like just like slowly like
it's like the puck, if the puck's wobbling and they
just kind of lightly flip it up onto the tip of their stick. I feel like he tried it once. I really want to say once again, who knows? I'm probably wrong, but I feel I can visualize it. He was playing for Michigan. It was in the late 90s.
Yeah.
He might have even scored.
Okay. Someone said he did try it. I don't think I remember it.
Thank you. I think you're right.
Davin says Jay probably dreamed it. Your pal Joe, I swear he tried it once. Maybe he did.
I think he tried to pick it up. It didn't work, but I think he went from behind and tried it.
Speaking of the Michigan, I don't know why this is speaking of the Michigan, but it's a young man's thing. World Junior's on right now.
Yeah.
Have you caught either of the 2 Canada games?
I watched a bit. I watched the Finland game.
Oh, really?
Not about half of it.
Half of it. I caught the Latvia game.
Just point night.
Just beat
that should be the Oilers versus the Sharks.
It should be 10-0 Canada wins. So they're off until tomorrow. They play Sweden at 11:30 tomorrow. Ooh,
Sweden will be good. If you look at, they have a lot of drafted players. Lots.
Yeah, they're
Canada obviously does too, but
our boy Stephen Ellis at dailyfaceoff.com had Sweden he had USA as the favorites, but Sweden is like the team to kind of watch. So they'll be legit. Canada on New Year's Eve gets Germany to wrap up their group play. So
why do they, and I guess it's different groups, but like I thought it was a World Junior tradition that we played the US on.
But if you're not in the same pool,
I know.
Probably could have done Canada-Sweden as that game. But I think they wanted to give.
That would have been good for the people in Sweden.
Yeah, but then Sweden plays Finland on New Year's Eve. So you can understand why they want that.
That's probably more important.
Yeah, a little bit more important.
I'd love to be at that game.
Celebrini looks awesome. Yeah, I mean, again, I didn't catch the Finland game, I'll be honest, but I saw the Latvia game, and it was pretty easy for him to look awesome against Latvia, but he does look really, really good. I'm excited to see him tomorrow. Again, that game starts at 11:30, so we'll be live during some of it, but I'll catch some of it.
Yep.
We'll be back tomorrow. That is a promise. Noon Mountain Time with ON every day. Won't be a Sherwood Ford Giant Game Day edition, but hopefully it's a Victory Friday edition of the show as Edmonton takes on the Sharks tonight. Let's get to our keys to victory for tonight. It is brought to you by Sherwood Power Sports and Marine. We are, oh my God, like 5 weeks away from the grand opening of Sherwood Power Sports and Marine in the heart of Sherwood Park. Fishing boats, pontoon boats, ATVs, side-by-sides, motorcycles. They are going to have it all with that sleek black exterior, a brand new building, all coming in February of 2024. My key to victory tonight, Jay, listen, the comeback against New Jersey was great because it was a team effort. The comeback against the Rangers, great, team effort. Tonight, can we just have Connor and Leon? Can we have like matching 5-point nights tonight? My key to victory is those two just running the show.
This is the whole second line issue. Like Leon's not putting up the same points as he normally does because obviously split from Connor, but also, look what he's had
almost
to work
tied with Bouchard on the year for points, which is wild.
Yeah, like look what he has to work with, and that's as wingers. But yes, the answer is yes.
That's the key to victory.
The key to victory is just those two third periods you had in New Jersey and New York. Make that all 3 periods against the San Jose, Barracuda, essentially. And just remember what happened in early November. You embarrassed yourselves. You were embarrassed. You got your coach fired. Like, just come and literally pedal to the metal. I'm probably going to chase, a -4.5 spread because that's what it should be. This needs to be like a 7-1 game.
I want to bet on a Connor McDavid 4-point night tonight.
I want to bet on a Connor McDavid hat trick. That guy needs to climb back up the scoring race.
So right now, in terms of points, Connor McDavid is tied for 7th. If he were to put up a 5-point game today, he would be tied for third. He would be in third place.
He's got games in hand. Some of those guys, like Kucherov's got like the fakest goal total going because he's played so many games.
Yeah, he's played 35 games.
But the scary thing is Matthews.
28 goals in 31 games for Austin Matthews.
That's scary.
I kind of want to see him get to 70.
Well, I kind of want Connor to beat him. Connor, put that on the bulletin board, bro.
Flash up the point leaders again for the Oilers. So Matthews is at 28. Connor's only at 12.
I know.
There's no way.
I know. So he's got to win on points.
Unless Matthews were to.
But who knows, man? Connor could score 60 goals for the rest of the season.
60 goals in 60.
Well, but it's
1 games. Or it'd be 51 games.
Yeah, 51 games. But he could score 40 goals. Connor could still break 50.
Yeah, he can still break 50. Yeah, I think that's
he's not
going
to
do
do 60
benchmark.
this year.
But
if Matthews can't get 70. No. Why do you want that?
Because I think it's cool. I like seeing guys.
Cool for who?
Hockey. I think it'd be a good thing for the sport if there's like Matthews race for 70. I like seeing things that don't happen all that often. And that would be something that obviously hasn't happened in a very, very long time. So the only concern would be that if he gets 70, he would win the Hart Trophy, which he's currently 10-1 to do over on Betway. McDavid and Kucherov tied plus 300.
As favorites?
Yeah, tied.
McDavid's still in the Hart. Where's McKinnon?
McKinnon, I just closed the window, but McKinnon, I think, is third. Yeah, he's third at 4-1. It goes McDavid and Kucherov, then McKinnon, then Pasternak at 6-1. Hughes all the way down at 7-1.
Matthews got good value. So if he does score 70, he'll have to do it.
Speaking of betting on the MVPs, I'm so tempted, this is very off topic, to bet on Josh Allen to win MVP. Because right now there's this whole debate. Remember, it was Brock Purdy was minus 150. Yeah. He's now 6-1, I think.
What? Because of that last game?
Because of that last game.
Was so bad.
And Lamar is minus 175, but Josh Allen's 14-1.
Like if they can win out,
and they might,
like I'm glad they're waking up.
Leads the league in touchdowns, all that stuff. If you want a little bit of value, maybe you parlay McDavid and Josh Allen. If you're one of the few, I doubt there's anyone watching that is like me, that is a Bills Oilers fan, except for maybe Amber. Shout out to Amber.
Are you kidding me? I bet you there was a ton of
think
Bills.
There's a lot. Oh,
yes.
Yeah, there's like 300-400 people watching on all the platforms right now.
I bet you there's a ton. There's a lot of Bills fans in it.
Yeah, you're right. That was maybe a silly thing to say. So
Very
maybe we do that. If you're a Bills Oilers fan, tail me. Let's parlay Allen and McDavid to win MVP.
It's if you're a Bills Oilers, or if you're an Oilers Browns fan. That's the unicorn.
I bet you there's a Browns fan watching.
There's a few. I saw a guy. Oh, where was I? And I yelled, "Browns jacket!" He was wearing a Browns jacket. I was very happy. Oh, is it Glow? To Glow.
Why is there Josh Allen hating here? That's really rude. Take that all back. You all know nothing.
Maybe they're Pats fans.
Maybe they're Pats fans. Aaron's a Pats fan though, and he went and he bet on the Bills to win the Super Bowl when they were 33-1.
Well, he's also a betting man.
Yeah, that's smart. That's just smart money. That's smart money management there, Aaron. We'll get to our game day betting challenge in just a little bit here, but that was our giant keys to victory for Sherwood Power Sports and Marine. It's a Sherwood Ford Giant Game Day edition of the show here as Edmonton is searching for a third straight victory. This is one they absolutely need to have. The Sharks are coming into this game. They lost yesterday. Like, they're coming in on back-to-backs. They lost 5-1 to the Kings. This is, I can't even begin to describe what a must-win game this is. There's just no possible rhyme or reason why the Sharks should win this hockey game.
If we weren't in the tailspin, I'd be like, this is just a game we're going to lose because we're going to Oiler. But because we are not, we are back. We're going to do what you're supposed to do when you play the Sharks, let alone play the Sharks in a back-to-back, and that is destroy them.
Look at this board. The Oilers, more goals per game, better goals against per game, better power play, better penalty kill, and none of those numbers, with maybe the exception of the penalty kill, are even close. And if you look at them in the last month, it's not even close. Last 6, 7, 8 weeks, not even close. They should roll this team. The Sharks, these are their last 5 games. A 5-1 loss to the Kings, a 7-4 loss to the Vancouver Canucks, a 5-2 loss to the Arizona Coyotes, a 4-1 loss to the LA Kings, and a 6-2 loss to the Colorado Avalanche.
Due for a win.
Well, I mean, I don't even.
Oh, this game might be closer than we want it to be. Just because that's the way the hockey juju works.
Who started last night for them? They definitely would have gone Blackwood coming out of the Christmas break, right? Maybe I should have done some prep before this show, but it was the holidays and I slept
we're playing the Sharks.
We're playing the Sharks. You're right. This should have been a the Sharks did score first last night too. And then they gave up 5 consecutive goals. The shots on goal in that game were 43-25 for the LA Kings. The Sharks basically get outshot every single game. Jeez, and the Kings started Rittich. I mean, come on.
Well, but if you're the Kings, wouldn't you?
Yeah, 100%. Just like, no, they won't start Pickard tonight because they aren't playing back-to-backs. It was Capo Kakinen that got the start yesterday. Ooh, Blackwood's hurt. Blackwood didn't even back up. Does that mean they're going to start some rando today? Okay, this is just... Betway, get ready. I'm coming. Blackwood is listed as the unconfirmed starter on Daily Faceoff, but again, he did not back up last night for the San Jose Sharks. So, like, if they start this
day off, like, it's nice to be a tire fire, Mackenzie. You probably don't want to watch this.
Stay home.
Stay home.
Enjoy Christmas.
Yes.
Man, he might not play tonight. Boy, that's something. Anyways, let's get into the betting talk, Jay, because now I'm like all antsy. The Sharks have been giving up 4+ goals pretty consistently all season, but specifically over this last stretch, it's been 5 straight games allowing 4 or more goals against. So I'm going to go onto betway.com. I am going to find the Oilers team total in this game.
I went over 4.5.
It's only -115.
I know. Actually, I got it. When I did it, it was -105. So money's been flowing into it.
Yeah, money's been flowing into it. I would love to see... Maybe you bet like a correct score tonight. Oilers to win 6-0. 6-1?
Both?
7-0? 7-0 is...
What about team total over 5.5?
6.5. I don't think they have that adjusted on here. You could take the Oilers. I mean, if you're going to do that, just take them -3.5 goals at +210.
Or go 4.5.
7-2. Oh, you can. Yes. -4.5. +450.
That's what I'm talking about.
Interesting.
That's what I'm talking about. And that's probably what I should have did, but I went with my my heart tonight.
All right, let's flash up the board then, and let's see where we're all at in the game day.
I won last game.
Liam's not here, by the way, because he's celebrating Christmas down with family.
And my record's not adjusted, but I won last game.
What'd you have last game?
I had Oilers money line over 5.5.
Oh, you did. You hit it. So Jay continues.
So is this updated?
The units are updated.
Okay. So I should be 5-12.
Yeah, you should be 5-12. I did not win last game, but I am down 2.9 units. I'm in last. Liam did win last game. He is hovering right around the even mark. He's going over 7.5 goals tonight, which is bold. A 7-0 Oilers win would be hilarious for him. Like, that would be good.
What does 7.5 goals play?
+140.
Plus 140.
That's a lot.
Jeez, that's not a lot of juice.
You are going with the bet with your heart parlay tonight.
Yeah, I bet with my, and I should have won. I didn't want to get too greedy because I had to go puck line at least for the Oilers to make the odds respectable. Browns are heavily favored against the Jets. Browns win Thursday night. Oilers puck line, smash that together. 2.04 to 1. Let's go.
That's all right. I might tail you on that. That seems like a decent play.
Like the Browns are -3 something on the money line, 360 or something.
Yeah.
So I was going to play at the spread a little bit, but even if you did 3 or 2.5 points or 3.5 points, it doesn't move it that much. So I'm like, why even take the risk? Because it's the Jets. The Jets are so like unpredictable. Like this game could be 10-9.
That's fair. I'm going Oilers money line over 6.5. McDavid 2+ points at +175.
That's it. Money line over 6.5. McDavid 2+ points is
because money line is like -400.
I know.
McDavid to get 2 points is like -175.
That's a 3-leg parlay.
Yeah, I know. But still, I think
it's probably gonna hit. I agree with it, but I just wish it was more juicy for you. Especially given the unit deficit here.
Gloria is in on the Facebook. Browns fan watching the show from Cleveland. Woo! Flacco has been amazing. He has. I'm debating starting him in my fantasy football finals, but I think I'm going to stay away.
Love Cleveland. It's a great city.
Yeah.
I've been there twice. I got to go there more.
Aiden did the math. I think someone else did the math earlier too. McDavid and Allen parlayed to win MVP is 54 to 1. Holy.
That's juicy.
Yeah. So those are our picks for the challenge on Betway. Another bet that I don't hate is just betting on the Sharks to give up a ton of shots in this hockey game. Like I mentioned, 40 plus they gave up to the LA Kings. They were okay the 2 games before that, though. I don't know. It is an objectively fun bet to do. The line is set at 37 right now.
Yeah,
36 and a half.
minus 110.
Yeah, minus 118. Still, 40 shots feels like it should be automatic for the Oil in this one, right?
I mean, 50 should be automatic.
What did they put up last time they played them? It was back on November 9th, I said. 41 they put up last time. They should do that again. They gave up 40 shots.
Wasn't enough. We needed 50.
Well, I know. But hopefully someone, is our boy Woz, Oilers Nation reporter Matt Wozniak on the case. Blackwood is sick. So we'll see if Mackenzie Blackwood's healthy enough to play tonight.
Man. So this, my God.
If he can't go, then I think the goalie they're playing I don't know if it'd be his NHL debut.
Or would they just ride the guy from last night?
Play Kakkonen, second straight night. Magnus Krona is their backup. He has appeared in 1 game this year. It was a relief appearance where he gave up 4 goals on 17 shots.
I'm always scary of someone named Magnus. It's such a strong name.
That's his only career appearance in the NHL. But he is 6'4" and 23 years old. So it would also be very on brand. Remember when the Oilers got shut down by Lucas Dostal last year in that game on home ice? And I was like, Jesus Christ, how did that happen? Hopefully tonight's not the
happens to us, man. We get goalies, especially by third stringers.
Mm-hmm. All right. There you go. That is the challenge for Betway 19 plus. Please play responsibly. Let's wrap up the show today with the menu for our friends at DoorDash. 25% off and 0 delivery fees on your first order of $15 or more. What do you need to do? Download the DoorDash app and use the promo code NATION25. Gets you 25% off and no delivery fees on your first order of $15 or more, up to a $10 value. Content for today, pregame with Boardsy is going to be going live at 7:30 tonight. It is a late one, and then Oilers Nation After Dark as well.
That'll be super dark.
Giddy up. Get your coffees in your Aaron and company. And then tomorrow we'll be back at noon with this show. And then we'll have Oilers Nation Radio dropping tomorrow as well. And then pre-gaming on Saturday. So it's the holiday season, but we still got you covered content-wise tonight on the sports calendar. Very easy. Oilers game starts at 8:30. Thursday night football is
watch my Browns.
6:15. You're parked on the couch tonight, right? Like you're not.
Well, I'm as parked as I can being at home alone with my daughter.
She's not buying. She won't sit on the couch and watch the whole Browns game with you?
No, but you know what we did? This is what we did. We got her for Christmas like 5 balls, big like inflatable balls. And I can kind of like play and with her from my chair watching TV. I just throw balls. She comes back, throws them at me. So I've hopefully built a game that can last the 4 hours I need. And also, fun fact about Cleveland, they have a Taco Bell cantina downtown.
Oh.
Just so you know.
It's basically Vegas.
It is Vegas.
Vegas. Sure. Was there anything? Crawford's still young.
Yeah.
But first time where she like knows Santa and all that for Christmas. Right?
Yes. Well, okay. So I'll tell you what I got. Okay. Other gift I got for Crawford is a stuffed hunter doll. Because the one game we went to, she was obsessed with him. And anytime she sees him on TV, she goes, hunting. So now she's got a little son.
Did she love it?
She'll be in the house and she'll start yelling his name. Like, well, go get him. You have one. And so then she runs and gets it. So hopefully, that'll also see the jersey that he's wearing, see it on TV, make her want to like watch more hockey.
I have 2 nieces. They are 5 and 3. I think I got that right. But there was this one gift. I needed to bring it up. That apparently it has been like the biggest Christmas gift for little girls the last couple of years. My sister hasn't been able to find one in stores for the last 2 years. All it is a gerbil that gives birth. It so like the gerbil in a little house, you put it in and like a light glows and then it gives birth to smaller gerbils.
Okay.
Like that's weird, right?
Yeah.
It's very weird.
I haven't heard of it. I'm sure.
But when they opened it up, when we did Christmas with my family, when those girls opened it up, they lost their collective minds. Like it was the greatest thing ever.
Well, I'm happy for them.
Which is so
weird.
So creepy.
I'm happy my daughter's excited to get a bunch of balls.
Yeah. That's good.
And like that's like good activity.
Yeah, all you guys in the chat, you are just as confused as me. I had they opened it and I was like, oh, like, hey, what is that? Gerbil that gives birth.
Is that
What?
Is that what it's called?
I don't know what it's
that
called.
black and white.
But like, not even like, I don't know. I'm done with it. I'm over it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Anyways,
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
yeah, but like you have to put it in this little house and you have to wait 10 hours. It just glows for 10 hours because the gerbil's giving birth.
Oh, it's the anticipation.
I think so, yeah. And then you get a little gerbil at the end of it.
Then does it then have the ability to give birth? And so on and so forth?
No, you don't get to create like
nesting dolls?
like a lineage.
A lineage, yes.
No, you don't get to do that. But it was still very weird.
Well, maybe the next version of it.
Oh, before we go, we are getting close to the pond hockey tournament in January. Have you been sharpening your skills a little bit? I went to the outdoor rink once over to the.
I have not. Well, it's been a weird winter. I haven't touched the ODR yet. I played on the 23rd. I play hockey with my buddies. We went and played that new silent ice rink.
Oh, I got a beer league game scheduled.
Super nice.
Here. Is it sweet?
Great facility. Yeah, we rented ice on the 23rd there and played for an hour. It was great. So I guess it's weird when you play in like a rink like that with no equipment.
Oh yeah.
So, but anyways, it's your pond hockey outfit. So yeah, I guess you could say I'm sharpening up. I got a really interesting. I'll be coming in literally hot to
you're in Mexico.
I'll be coming right from Mexico to the pond, so I'll be nice and tanned, and I'll just go out into the nice, crisp, beautiful mountain dry air, and just all my skin's just gonna.
That's a stark contrast.
Yes,
very big contrast.
It's gonna be good.
There you go. Tourism Jasper puts on a hell of an event with our friends at CHE Hockey. It is great. If you're a skier, Marmot Basin is open, and lift tickets, they're discounting them until all the runs are open as well. So if you're a big skier, now is the time to get out. You can also get the escape card, which provides 50% off full day lift tickets all season long with no blackout dates. Venture beyond. Go to jasper.travel for more details. Maybe you just want to come out to the JPL and watch Team Oilers Nation compete in the pond hockey tournament.
Great place to hang out.
It is a lot of fun. We're also going to be doing a watch party at the JPL because there's a Team Flames Nation, Edmonton Calgary play on Saturday nights. We'll be doing a big watch party, a hot stove. Frank Saravalli's coming. It is going to be a lot of fun. One of my favorite weekends of the year out in Jasper. Big shout out to Tourism Jasper for having us back again this year. All right. I think that is a wrap on today's edition of the show, a Sherwood Ford Giant Game Day edition of the show. Check them out online, sherwoodford.ca, to find their inventory of new and used vehicles. Sherwood Power Sports and Marine opening up just down the hill. Plenty of reasons to head out to Sherwood Park in the new year. That is a wrap. Give me your official score prediction, Jay.
7-2 Oilers.
I'll say 6-3 Oilers. I think San Jose gets like a couple of garbage time goals in the third period, and it appears closer than it is.
You don't get an 86% for stopping everything, you know?
Fair enough. Thanks to everyone who tuned in today. Hope you're all enjoying some downtime. Or if you're like our boy Maynard Nugent Spivey, heading to work, PVR in the game. That's not bad either. Ends it with a play La Bamba. Love it. Oilers looking to go above 500 tonight with a victory in San Jose. They better get a damn victory in San Jose. Enjoy
a convincing victory.
Enjoy the game tonight. Enjoy pre-gaming and After Dark as well right here on the Oilers Nation YouTube. And we'll be back tomorrow, 12:01 Mountain. Chat with you then.
Thank you for watching Oilers Nation every day. Hit the subscribe button to never miss a show. And for more, visit OilersNation.com.